Meanwhile, President Donald Trump has a new warning for Iran as a new wave of deadly protests spread across that country.
In the past, they've started shooting the hell out of people, and all of a sudden people without any weapons whatsoever are standing there and you have machine guns gunning them down, or they take them to prisons and then hang them and kill them. So they played rough, and I said, if they do that, we're going to hit them very hard. Well, we're going to hit them hard. We're ready to do it. If they do that, we're going to hit them hard. I have put Iran on notice. If they do anything bad to these people, we're going to hit them very hard.
So this just in, as we look at these protesters spilling out into the streets, Iran's supreme leader responding by vowing to ramp up security forces to crack down on these very protesters. In fact, in his words, the people you're seeing here are terrorists. So let's go live now to CBS News Middle East reporter Courtney Kealy. Courtney, good to talk to you. Massive demonstrations, world superpowers now looking at them very much through two different lenses. What's the latest?
The latest is the Iranian regime is really on the ropes. And whether they are able to stay coordinated or not is the big X factor question. It's very different than 2022. The crowds might be smaller, but they're still hitting over 110 towns and cities across Iran. They are also engaged with business people and students and ethnic minority groups. So it's significant waves across the country. And while some people might proclaim their loyalty to Reza Pahlavi, about 30% are, would still agree with the Crown Prince, the son of the former Shah. But what we're looking at through some of these pictures they're getting out on Starlink is the amount of protests, the buildings that are on fire that they say are Iranian Revolutionary Guard buildings, the broadcast centers, the state television on fire. At one point, very significantly, they tore apart the Islamic regime's flag, the post-1979 flag that has the script of Allah on it. They ripped that apart. And then we saw the former dynastic, but now really nationalistic flag, the pre-1979 flag, be raised, the lion with the sword. And I've talked to experts about the actual infrastructure. The big question is the Iranian Revolutionary Guard, Khomeini's office, and the military were all hit incredibly hard during the 12-day war. Top leaders were taken out, leaders that stretch back to the 80s and have been always incredibly loyal. So we're looking at sort of mid-manager, mid-career level of Iranian Revolutionary Guard Corps. Do they have the will to continue this? And that's what we have to really look at. The people seem to have the will, despite the blackouts. People I speak to cannot talk to family and friends. They did a couple of days ago. Now there's a complete blackout, but Starlink is getting these videos out. People are verifying, and there will be a flood more. Right now, it's the second day of major protests that are erupting. We're seeing fires. We're seeing the flags ripped apart, and we're seeing dancing and celebrating, and that's what I'm hearing from people too. But very hard to get any more information of exactly what's happening on the ground, but it's a ground swell, and we have to see how tight or organized or how committed all these mid-level people that are taking the helm, whether they have the leadership. It's kind of like decimated Hamas or Hezbollah. They've lost them. They've lost Syria. They don't have the Iraqi militia support coming in. So they don't have any outside support. They're alienated. President Trump and Prime Minister Netanyahu did speak at Mar-a-Lago on December 29th, and basically, reportedly, there's a green light to take out the ballistic missile program that they're still engaging on. So lots more will be happening, and I will definitely be keeping you posted.
Courtney Kealy watching history play out there in Iran. Thank you so much.